Good evening. 25th of October 2023, Wednesday, the middle of the work week. There are interesting things happening. Although I only make my videos in Turkish in the morning, early in the morning, between Turkish time in the morning, between 8 and 9 o'clock, before the markets open. I do my English videos at night time. Uh, and this time, there are some strange developments happening, which are puzzling, which are not easily believable, because you can see some things are not matching. Like if a person goes bankrupt, you expect him to not dine at the luxury restaurants. So this is a controversy. So we are seeing market controversies, which are hard to understand. It seems like the worldwide tension is rising in the Middle East. It's already happening in Russia and in Ukraine. And China is economically there's an economic war going on, Cold War going on with China and the US. And sometimes the ships and aircraft are, like blocking each other's way, things like that. So, but the the market is not behaving like that. Market is not believing that there is such a um, tension. First of all, number one item that takes the market seriously, what's happening, is gold. And I don't see a move in the gold in that direction. Although you may have seen a slight increase in the recent days, the 1 month increase in gold, it's only 3.7%. It's still at 1980 US dollars. So if this was a serious thing, the gold won't be at 1980 or 2000. It will go real high. So gold is not taking serious. Whereas the gold has a specialty. It prices everything first. So gold is not believing that there will be something going on. And it's like if you vote it like the Fed is going to increase the rates, by 60 to 40, 70 to 30, gold is not pricing the tensions to go even further into a full-fledged war in Middle East, or things going worse like World War III. This week in Google, the most searched word is World War III. So everybody's thinking, what will happen if there's World War III? They asked this question to Einstein, and his response was, I don't know about World War III, but World War IV will be with stones and sticks, because everything will be flat due to nuclear war in the end. So will humans do such a application? That's why they cannot use nuclear weapons, because most of them have nuclear weapons, so they cannot use them effectively. That's why they are producing smaller size nuclear weapons, like the tactical nuclear weapons, they call them. Until today, the amount of bombs sent on Palestinians in Palestine, Gaza section, is equivalent of the nuclear bomb sent to Japan in ending the World War. So it's about same strength. So much bombs have been poured on them. People are dying, and this is making a terrorist activity. Uh, Governments are also applying sort of, where will you stop? Okay, you can take your revenge, but where will you stop? So that's a problem. And right now, the warships are coming. If it's a terrorist activity, what are American warships doing in that area? So it's getting further and further. I know that the commander of Fallujah in Iraq is also sent to, and this is an American commander, not an Israeli commander. So things are looking like they are hot and boiling. On the other hand, as I said, markets are not responding. today, a Turkish president uh, made a speech in his party group and accused Israel, which I can take normally. Those, that's possible because governments should not act like terrorists. So it's normal that he can say, this is wrong. You shouldn't just, lots of civilians are being harmed. But the second part was more interesting part. He claimed Hamas is like a revolutionary army of the and not a terrorist organization. Now that part is dangerous, I tell you, because then in the future, how do we know if Israel turns back and says your terrorists are also your national, heroes and not the terrorists? So this is, but the responses I see are not as harsh. It's not because markets. Okay, the stock exchange today tumbled about more than 7%. That's good. That's a good response to what's being told. On the other hand, the foreign currency is still. I'm just checking at this hour. They are not in harmony. There is no harmony because if I look at the foreign currency, I still see it as 28 TL 11 kurush, we call cents, in Turkish cents. So this is not in line with what happened in the as I said, in the stock exchange in Turkey. One drops 7%, the other one is not. So what we don't know is the central bank intervening at this time to keep it low? Are they selling a lot of money? We don't know. But it seems like, nothing happened. If I don't show you the Turkish stock exchange, just show you the dollar exchange rate and foreign exchange rate, you may think that it's just another regular day going on. Whereas tensions are rising and Israel and Turkish governments are sort of giving each other speeches, and Italy got mixed into it. They say the similar things, but it's hard to take because politicians, they do things, but like if it's so serious, normally the both sides would have pulled back their representatives, of their country. Their counselors, should be called back to their country. They are not. So there is something eerie going on. I cannot say, this is a deal made. This is running on these issues. Same with the U.S. I mean, like oil prices should have been going up, but in the last 3 days they came down 10%. And that's again another problem. If there is a war going to be happening in Gulf of Hormuz with the Iran and all the world oil supplies already in problem in Russia, so now additional problems will come from shipping from Iran, Iraq, if things escalate. So, and they are not being priced. I tell you, nothing is priced in right now. So you may think, gold just showed something for 2-3%. So now it's profit sales are happening. That's not the real world. I tell you, this is a theater going on. I tell you, not the real response. Markets should be responding. Similarly, yesterday U.S. stock exchanges increased. Today I see some decrease, but nothing at that huge levels. Let me check it for you. The current indices. Okay, dollar is still over 106.27 dollar index. It's above 106. So dollar is still priced a little high. And tomorrow, Turkish Central Bank will make their interest decision. And afterwards, European Central Bank, they are expected not to hike the interest rate and freeze it. Today, Canada, which emulates USA, or USA emulates Canada, didn't raise it, just passed it at 5%. But right now, US dollar in the gold, I mean in the future market is 1995, still $5 to 2000. But as I said, even 2000 is nothing comparatively. Oil is 89.65 Brent oil, which is up only 2%. So these are not serious percentages. If there is really a regional big war is expected, like they say World War III is it coming, or the actions are not supporting each other. So that's why even during the famous disease of services, uh, gold priced uh, let me find, okay, perfectly, right before it was $1,650 an ounce, and then suddenly it went up to $2,050 during the cervix's disease, okay? And now there's a World War type of tensions going all over the world. It's only moving 3% up. Now, this is puzzling, but uh, I think there is a disbelief in what's happening all around. So this right now it's not being priced. They are probably thinking, the markets are thinking, oh, they always do this fighting, and it's going to be over soon. So they'll come to a deal. They'll make an agreement probably very soon. So if by mistake this fails, expect very high increases in all, especially gold prices, because gold is the number one pricer of tensions, political tensions, real tensions, not made up tensions. Okay, so yeah, I don't have enough evidence to say, oh, this is a bluff. The guy is just doing this. I will never have that evidence. But when I cross-check the figures, they don't match. I tell you, oil prices should be heading to 100, 110, 130. On the opposite, they are still around $85. They were up to $92. Not that I wish the gold and oil prices to increase, because everybody knows my position in Turkey. I love buying cheap, and I never complain about cheap. I just, because my investment strategy is different from all others. I collect quantity. I don't care for the uh, absolute, I don't know, madness of fiat currency pricing. Because if I really believe in fiat currency pricing, I don't believe in gold. I don't believe in commodities. Okay, because that's a controversy for me. So if I believe that there is inflation, there is these problems, uh, it's obvious this any commodity, uh, even cheese, butter, bread, they will all go up in time. They will match the inflation rate. Inflation rate is a fake number as well, because it's a basket of something. Some is up to 40%, some things are up 1%. So if you just make the average, it doesn't make sense to me. So if somebody says 4.12, to me it's a story from Hans Andersen, storyteller from Denmark. Okay, so uh, these numbers are just made believe numbers by institutions. So people, when they get a raise, they accept it as that's it. It's 4.12%. So that's why you get 3.2% increase in your salary. But as I said, to me, they are meaningless. So if there is inflation, if there is 20% inflation in average in the US, according to official numbers, they must come into the numbers of the commodities, all commodities, not just gold. They must come to silver. They must be inside, adding inside uh, oil, everything in general, because inflation is a general thing. Just uh, showing time is delayed. Some show very early, some show signs maybe 10 months later, but they definitely come and arrange. Another strange number coming from the USA today. New home numbers are incredibly high, incredibly higher than expected. And normally you expect interest rates going up, so people should not buy houses and construction should be going down. It's opposite. The new houses people are buying like peanuts because I'll just I'll try to find the number for you. I didn't record it here. Let me see. Uh, it was in Bloomberg, I think I saw it. So let me just type in. It will show up. Very big difference. No, okay. Sorry for waiting you, but I have to check the number. And English one came. So the Bloomberg HT. Okay, now I got it. In the news portal, let's see. Okay, they are explaining today the new balance sheets of some Turkish companies are coming, but who cares? I mean, the stock index is down 7% in one day. So, okay, the U.S. new house sales in September increased by 12.3% to 759,000 in 1 month. In Turkey this is 7 month sale, but US population is about 4 times of Turkey. They say 5 times, no, 4 times. 4 times 80 is 320. Yeah, about 4 times high, but this is like about 7 times high, compared. And they were expecting, instead of 12.3 increase, they were expecting 101%, 0.07. Okay, so you can think how drastic this increases. They were expecting less than 1, they got 12% increase in new home sales. Now this is a controversy as well. The rates are increasing. How come people are buying new homes? Like hotcakes, and they are on fire. So that's tonight. I don't have the answer to all. I cannot say. I can just make guesses. Either these tensions are artificial, or the world is not pricing them correctly. So we will see in the coming days. I will cut my video not too long tonight. It's already 18 minutes, but I think we must all consider, and when we are investing, don't look at the numbers of today. Okay, they don't match the real situation. Okay, so what do we do? It depends on how you invest. I live on the secure side. I try to buy the haven items more in this kind of situations, because although it may be a controlled environment, stress, it may suddenly turn into a real problem, and then markets will be too late to price it. But as I said, I'm curious because the Turkish market falling 7%, and also for Turkey, and how come the dollar is still at 28.11? It's not, something is not matching. Okay, I hope you all a good night, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.